Took it
gyro,
off.
So
He took his mask off. Wasn't comfortable.
what's the point
Molly
of the mask?
Percocet.
If you just take it off when you feel like it. Does he think like he'd like
That
you just
is
tell the
so
germs
true.
to take a time out or something?
No, I do think though. I think if you're playing a game, you gotta be comfortable, and if you can't be comfortable in the
You
mask,
can't breathe.
Those masks are, it's hard to get used to them. I totally
Yes.
understand not wanting to wear it.
yes.
But I'm
me
just
too.
saying it's all or nothing.
It may have
you
just
know?
been an aesthetic thing. And he's like, the camera's off me. I don't have to look cool anymore.
I'll only infect my team or get infected some of the time, not all of the time. The mask strats.
I
though, it's
gotta
all
have
about
my
intimidation.
excuse ready if I play bad. Did you not see the mask? I was feeling sick. That would be my play.
Shiva, this is taking a dark turn. You assume the worst of our beautiful Dota
sorry.
boys. So cynical you've become.
No, I just, every time NA Dota plays, I feel like I have this. It's
Darkness just
Yeah.
comes over you.
It's like it's bound to fail kind of thing happening. It's not a like someone's got to throw.
Sure.
It's been a running.
I'm
It's
with
been
ya.
a theme. It's
Oh, look
And
at
they
does
this.
make it very exciting to watch though.
So the Enigma comes out. This was something Liquid favored a lot in their series versus EG. Picked it twice, got banned game 3.
Yeah, and they gave it to Taiga.
Yeah.
So,
They
well,
want to be able to challenge this IG team fight is, really how it feels to me right now.
I like it.
Like you see Coddle, you see Gyro, Night Stalker, like that's a lot of AoE damage, a lot of team fight. They are long cooldowns.
yeah,
though,
like
so-
why double down on the Chronosphere and the Black Hole?
Multiple options.
Yeah, and I guess there isn't any BKB piercing disable. I think you could turn the Lina to a mid and maybe pick up like a Wyvern, perhaps, because that would give you BKB piercing disable against Rolling Thunder, and do something against Chronosphere, and do something against Black Hole, but then you'd have to move Lina to a core position.
So Invoker gets banned, so they're thinking it's an Abed hero out there, which I
Yeah.
agree seems the most
Safe
likely.
bet.
I like that ban, obviously. We talked about it last series, how good the Invoker and the Void are together. It's also great with the Enigma. Is Crit playing the Pango or the
Great question.
Enigma right now?
I
Because
would
we
say-
we saw the DJ Enigma, the 4-position Enigma.
I would say Crit's playing Enigma.
Okay.
Mostly, not even because of positions. I would think Ramses is more comfortable on the Pango than on the Enigma. And that's what you would go for, comfort over anything else at that point. But, I don't know. What I do know is that there's so many different ways both teams can fight
Yeah.
that, how we talked about both teams not being too disciplined and could at some points be kind of scrappy. That actually works out in this case because both teams are really good at punishing the other team.
Yeah, and they both have so far equal potential to go late game.
Yeah.
As now Tiny rounds out the EG draft.
So that's your Abed hero.
Probably.
I mean, this is interesting.
Probably, yeah. I'd be surprised if it could be a 4-position roamer. Like they've got 3 heroes that could theoretically be the 4.
Yeah.
Well, it's Fly playing Lich. That's all I know.
that's true.
Yeah, that is
That much is
confirmed.
confirmed.
Arteezy will be on
Arteezy
the Void.
Yeah. The rest of it, that's wild
I don't
card.
know about this Pango pick though. Like he's gonna have a really rough lane. I think whether he's farming or whether he's a support.
Unless he goes mid, maybe.
Yeah.
Because they ban out Templar Assassin, who I think could give a Pango a run for his money, which also true for Tiny.
If he's in a side lane, he's gonna have
Yes.
a bad time.
Yeah.
Like any of those heroes, the Lina, the Night Stalker, the Gyro, like they all give him fits early on. And I guess my thing, like the disarm doesn't seem that great this game. It's so much nuke damage. I guess it could be nice against the Gyro situationally, but it's a Timbersaw last pick.
So if it is an
It's
Abed,
all nuke damage, really. from
Ramses
IG.
Enigma, I stand corrected.
Ramses Enigma, Abed Tiny, and JT's going to play the Timbersaw, so they didn't pick the Timber to be like a mid lane matchup versus a mid lane Tiny.
They often get JT's hero last. Like it was a Pudge last pick
Yeah,
in one of the
that's
games.
true.
I think they actually did a Timber last pick as well. Time Dilation is very annoying to play against this Timbersaw. They have a decent amount of disable. Malefice, interrupting your Timber chain. So that said, it looks like he's going to have a good lane. Like who's beating Timbersaw in lane?
Not a Lich. That's not going to happen. But
Ooh.
I don't really know why the Timbersaw specifically, as opposed to a disabling offlane or an initiating offlane.
It's also going to be Emo on the Night Stalker and Fly on the gyro, by the way.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
midnight stalker,
It-
or are they just gonna swap?
Or maybe they're gonna swap it around, but at least in terms of players, it's a different one than before. The way you guys are talking about the draft, I feel like I'm getting the idea that it's pretty even.
Yeah. I don't lean heavily one way or the other.
Yeah, it's very like these are not like traditional like mid picks. I mean,
Mhm.
EG have like 3 heroes that could have been a 4 position, or a 2 or 3 position potentially. So it
Okay.
seemed like both teams wanted to be a little unpredictable
To
with
me,
their lanes.
the two heroes that I'm going to be looking out for the most is JT Timbersaw on IG and Crit Pango on EG. Those two heroes, I think, will be the decision making for at least the laning phase.
Yep.
Obviously, late game, Gyro, Void, they're going to be matching the pace of each other. Tiny, Nightstalker, they're going to be matching the pace of each other. But I think only the Pango or only the Timbersaw are going to have a good game, not
So-
both of them.
Okay. So it's still, which one's gonna set the tempo? That's your question.
Yeah, exactly.
How about you, LD? What are you gonna look at?
I'm not sure about the emo Night Stalker. I mean, the guy has shown that has a very deep hero pool,
Mhm.
but it doesn't really strike me as like an emo hero. Well, I guess he is a dark and brooding hero, but
super emo.
emo the player.
That dude shops at Hot Topic for sure.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sold on that. I think the Timbersaw is gonna have a great time in the lanes. I wonder how he'll do later on though, because I don't think it's the easiest Timber game. And then the Crit Pango, as you mentioned, I'm just not sold on this hero's laning stage. Like
Okay.
I've yet to see him have a good start really at any match. But if Crit can have a good lane, then Pango can always be very disruptive later on.
Crit on the Pango. We're gonna look at JT on the Timbersaw. Timber and Pango. How are they gonna do? We don't know. What we do know is that Grant and Fogged will take you all the way through this series. Over to them.
Thank you very much, Sheever. Indeed, one of the best teams in the world going to be going up against EG and Fogged. A pretty greedy draft from EG and a pretty standard draft from IG. I think we were talking about a little bit during the draft. Are you favoring IG a little bit more, would you say?
Yeah, I think so. EG's just feels the Tiny last pick was really good because I feel like that's the one that actually makes things happen. But besides that, I feel like they have a pretty passive lineup. It's pretty greedy with an Enigma as well as the Void. Very long cooldown heroes. When you look at IG's, like what's their longest cooldown? It's very, very low. It's all about the action, all about making things happen.
A possible fight bottom. It is a 3v2 EG. Get to invade.
Pretty interesting how they do the Timbersaw as well. Last pick. I'm starting to like this hero a lot more if you have a Coddle. Because you just refresh you do the double whirling, you get this double debuff early on. It's really, really potent, because then you get the third one as well. So it's a really scary combo that actually comes out that puts a lot of pressure on.
Yeah, it does, and a lot of people forget it's per tree now, right? The
Yep.
bonus damage. So if you're around a lot of trees, which in this top lane JT will be, that is very scary.
Yeah, they're going to switch it up immediately, though. They have really good lanes to go with the Coddle, because they have the Gyro as well, too, and I think Lena's just, I said it before the tournament, too, it's the best. Wait, what?
Whoa, Abed just ran up, smacked the courier with a tree, and got the kill.
I thought maybe he threw the tree, but no, he
No,
actually
he just has
he
it.
just smacked it.
Wow, that's a nice chunk of gold going Tiny's way, and now be curious to see if maybe he plays a little more aggressive, just harass that Nightstalker knowing you can't bring regen.
Should be a pretty good lane for the Tiny. You're not going to get, you're not like threatening kills or anything like that, but your base damage is really high. You've got good way to always get those last hits and put some harassment out. So I do think I bet you do really well on that one.
Yep, and then the one lane everyone's talking about, it is going to be that Enigma plus that Pango bottom. Do you just not do anything? Do you just pretty much play super passive behind your tower?
Yeah, pretty much.
Not much else to do.
They're just going to keep trying to blast. And with that Coddle Blast actually level, I know we were
The
really
Eidolons.
harping about not having blinding light, but yeah, the Eidolons get to a point where they get one-shotted by a flak because they're at like 20 or 10 HP. So that's kind of neat. He's going to be low on mana now because Illuminate is extremely expensive.
Yeah, it is. And yeah, we see these blinding lights almost always taking, as you say, because it just gets you the range creep. They actually just denied a range creep right in front of him. Couldn't do anything about it. And, well, lanes going pretty much even. A little bit EG favored, but JT on top with that Timbersaw.
Yeah, they should be able to do really well up here on IG. With the Timbersaw, who's going to have a great time, he's not going to really be able to get pushed away. And then Lena, yeah, best 4 position, probably one of the best, if not the best 4 position as Fly. In trouble.
He is body blocks. Will he be able to get around? Needs to maybe run over to Arteezy. He does have the stun. Throws it out, but Fly does dodge it. Nuke still gets the kill on JT, and Arteezy He wants to maybe kill the Lina, but a nice body block by JT. And you just talked about this lane. It's very easy for them to play. Just nuke. Just right click.
Yeah, just spam your spells constantly. They actually have Crit making a rotation up here.
Level 1.
He's invis. He does have the Orb of Venom about to hit 2. Probably when he hits 2, he'll try to make an aggressive play. Killing JT is still going to be really hard, but...
Yeah, it feels like you have to go over this Lina, but a good job of pulling the creeps back towards her tower.
All right, they're getting a couple bashes here. Damage is starting to add up onto JT.
There it is. Yeah, they might be able to get him here.
Yep.
Nuke him, and wow, nice kill. A very odd rotation from Crit. He was only level 1 TPs and Viz, but gets level 2, and then they pick him off.
And he gets the last hit for himself, too, which is, I think, the dream as a Pango. Like, a 4 position, sure, you want to get your early boots, but as a Pango, you get that early Javelin, you're a completely different hero.
Like 100, yeah, it feels so much more damage. And we talk about, right, these Rubiks are greedy. Pango might even be greedier as a 4. You want to get everything you can, and he might be rotating in middle here. Not much you can do versus 6 armor Night Stalker with a bracer already.
There's 14 denies on Ramses at the moment already.
Yeah.
Constantly spamming them out. Fly is getting pretty underleveled because of it. He's not even level 3. Ramses he's getting close to level 4. They're now starting to get their pulls off, though. I saw the Coddle started with 2 sentries in the beginning of this game.
Both,
He had to use both to make sure that he can get a pull available. They need to get this pull off versus an Enigma lane.
And as you say, because Crit rotated out, it's full free experience for that Enigma, and Crit's just going to go over there and be annoying.
Yep.
Who needs to make these moves early? Because we talk, it's a pretty nice draft from IG, but is it just all on this Lina to roam around, or Night Stalker at night?
I think it's emo. Like, even if he wasn't Night Stalker, like that's the way he plays, right? He's super active.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a Night Stalker, and he's gonna have really good time. He's like, in a minute, it's nighttime, so he's gonna become the strongest hero on the map very quickly. And he's doing great mid. He's keeping it completely even with the Tiny, having this bracer, high base damage, doing just fine.
Yeah, especially because he did lose that courier early on, and Abed got a ton of gold.
Yeah.
Will be the Arcane Rune scooped up by Lina. We saw a lot of heroes going for bottom rune, but of course it's top.
Yeah, I thought Abed would actually pull a little bit ahead because of that courier kill, but no, it's like pretty much even.
I guess it's really right. You want to like abuse the fact he can't get regen, but it's a Night Stalker
It's a Night
with
Stalker.
a Scout Shield and massive armor.
Yeah, he's got 7 HP regen anyway,
Good
just
luck.
with a Mango, so it's like, yeah, you can't actually harass him much.
So just 1-1 right now. Everyone trying to get their farm. JT and Night Stalker are at the top right now, but it's pretty even across the top. I'm actually more surprised the Lich has 9 last hits. You rarely see Fly with last hits.
Yeah, he's gotten a couple from the pulls, but yeah, he's been getting a bunch. I think he got like 3 from a Frost Shield as well when they were going for the kill on JT, but yeah, he's got a lot. That is for sure. And I was going to say Envy almost, oh my god. RTC is falling a little bit behind on the Void, but it's the same with the Gyro. So. Oh, that stun actually connects.
Will and Kaga, he's in a little bit of trouble. There's going to be another blast, and yeah,
He's
Fly
dead.
just gets the kill. And Arteezy, he goes, steals the rune, and then TP's back to his tower. Doesn't want to miss any farm. Bottom. It's Abed and Crit both super low, but Abed with that bottle will scoop it up.
And they're going to be able to use a nice efficient shrine for themselves. They can look to make some moves. Abed does have the 3 points in the Avalanche. Emo is currently at the moment just staying in the mid lane. Double bracered up. So yeah, not going to get comboed.
Yeah, he ain't ever dying in this lane unless you bring a lot.
And he brings extra mangoes as well too. Just that little HP regen and just be able to bump up his mana.
And I mean, it seems pretty standard now. Like, it is nighttime, but it's the first night. You don't really have points in all your abilities. Just farm up, lane dominate, wait for second night really to move around probably.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, yeah, Kaka's getting some wards down, and he's playing like nearish the mid lane. It's still a very tough kill. It's a tiny, so he's got like 1,000+ health. Emo will continue to get the beating on him. I mean, he hits hard with the bracers.
He does in this tiny. There we go. Moves the chainmail. I'm like, that's a lot of armor just sitting in your
Yeah.
backpack. And oh, here we go. It's going to be Fly versus Kaga. Again, this top lane, and Fly denies the regen rune. Get it, try to run away, but another stun should be out. There's a Frost Shield. Get it, throw the nuke. Wants to dodge the stun. He's trying. He's juking all over. He's pretty much just going to get right-click down at this point. Maybe not. He has another.
Oh, he's trying to play around it, but he's just going to get right-click. Lina hits just a bit too hard.
And I was like, yeah, you can dodge all you want, but eventually you're getting right-clicked. He did try. And so the one lane we've talked little about is this bottom one. Ramses is just dominating. Do you go the old school build of just this Helm of the Dominator into something else, or what do you want to see?
I'm wondering. I think, like, man, I don't want to say it, actually. Never mind. I was thinking, like, maybe the mech and stuff can have its favor, like, because there's so much burst damage on IG, but I don't know. I think he just goes for his own selfish items.
Yeah, and there's Keeper of the Light getting bursted down immediately, but this Lich might as well know. Pops the stick, and uh-oh. Lina a little bit of trouble. Gets the stun up on Pango. Maybe it's Crit. Crit gets bursted down, and Yeah, it's a level 5 Enigma. If you don't got Eidolons, you're not really doing damage in this lane.
No, definitely not. I'm wondering, I think Ramses might go for some green, because there's no BKB canceling Black Hole, right? So maybe he goes for Midas into some BKB stuff later on. But yeah, he can't contribute too much to pressure Gyro early on like that. And we're looking, the 3 lanes are played out now after these first 7 minutes, and IG's looking good. Even though it's 3 to 3 kills, they are a bit ahead on those last hits.
Yeah, I mean, a full almost, well, it was a full more than 1,000 gold lead. It dips under, and I don't know, this Timbersaw, we've seen it. He's just always going to be a nuisance in this mid-game. How do you kill him? I guess you do have some options with, like, the Pango, but Arteezy, he's just getting right-clicked, whirling death. Can't really farm here.
No, he's definitely having a lot of problems. JT now full sticks built up. He's got the Soul Ring too, so he just has constantly spam his spells. And yeah, they have to just address elsewhere on the side of EG. They have to try to make moves somewhere else because that Timbersaw is just too much of a problem. They can't touch him.
And it feels tough because you have a lot of heroes bottom, but so does IG. And you don't really want to. We talked about it. You've got some low cooldown stuns on IG, and on EG you really don't.
Yeah, they have to like throw out. I mean, either Abed's there, or they don't have it pretty much.
Oh,
It's top.
lane. He's just gonna die here. The silence is there. It's only level 1, but that's all you need from this Night Stalker, and that's without even having to skill his ult. And they just an easy kill.
Yeah, nice convenient haste rune to allow him to go for that. And there's no vision, actually, to watch that one. They have all their wards down bottom on the side of EG as Kaka.
Goes down to the creeps, almost a
Dies to
frost
creeps.
shield, yeah. They'll get that kill, still 4 to 4, but IG, they're happy with how this is going. I mean, this top lane is just, you're denying the other team's carry, and your Timbersaw, who is just going to be a hindrance to the other team, just free farming.
Yeah, and even though Timber isn't a tower pusher, he's pretty much a tower pushing hero because he just cuts the wave so much that it does inevitably just take down that tower. And it's going to give them a lot of information. I see Emo is now stealing stacks at the moment on the Night Stalker, making sure that they don't have any like, recovery points either.
But a big rotation
5-man
bottom.
rotation.
Yeah. Who are they going to look for? They do have the Chrono. Doesn't want to commit it early. And yeah, Arteezy actually just takes a lot of damage trying to run away. And instead, here comes the Timbersaw. This Tiny might just go down. They get the Chakram on him, but did it just run away for now? Seems to be a pretty good trade for IG because they were farming top and middle during that whole thing.
I mean, that's a dream moment for IG. You have 5 heroes that just rotated bottom,
No
and
one dies.
you're perfectly. You have two heroes that are getting their own farm on opposing sides of the map. Emo actually just takes the tower, queues up his armlet. He's feeling real strong. I like this build. When you're playing like a mid-Night Stalker, it's about you, so I think he can still do this. Even though Aghanims is super busted, it might still just have been better. This is still a great choice this game.
Yeah, I mean, he'll get a big win. We talked about, right, it is the keeper of the light Night Stalker. If you have that Ags, that is a lot of new
Yeah.
lot of AoE. We'll see what he goes for after that armlet, if he does go for the armlet.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Uh-oh. Abed versus Emo top, and there's an ulti from Emo if he wants to pop it now.
Abed, he's gonna get both.
He's like, yep, I'll be taking this.
Oh, it gives him the double taunt. They just watch each other. It gives him the one hit.
And rolls away. But still, the gold lead just slowly gets bigger and bigger for IG at 3K now.
Yeah, and they have a really active lineup, as we were mentioning. EG's is much slower, much greedier. And Abed, he has his levels, but not off to, you want to be able to like start getting your kill started as a Tiny in this type of game, so you can give space to your Void, give space to your Enigma, but it's not the case.
Yeah. We get both level 6s now on EG. They get all the tomes out, Lich as well as this Pango, but missing some mana, they will shrine up. This does mean that IG, yeah, they're going to actually duo smoke top. It's just going to be the Lina as well as the Night Stalker, and they're going to look again for Arteezy. And with that ulti and Night Stalker, I feel this is a pretty easy kill.
They're pinging on the side, maybe expecting him to like jump over, but they're just going to chase him. That's 10 seconds. He's going to have to just blow the Chrono. Is Kaka going to get in range?
Oh, no. Not level 10, no Aether Lens quite yet, but I mean, you kind of have to do that. Now top lane, or bottom lane, pardon me, it is going to be a Timbersaw. Do we have any stuns? Black Hole over? It looked like he thought about it, but he didn't.
And you give the good luck, have fun. I mean, that's not an all-chat one, but
They know.
They know.
They felt it. And they're going to try to get this Keeper of the Light, and they should be able to. It will be Arteezy, so he had to use his Chrono, but just TP's bottom and is able to get a kill.
yeah, and they ensured that he got the kill there. They could have taken it, but they're like, all right, Arteezy's not having a good time from the way that top lane went. Got to give him everything possible in this type of game, as he's going to be going for the Maelstrom. I mean, it's like the standard Void build, especially in like a game like this where you're playing versus these like beefcakes like Timber. You want magic damage.
Oh, maybe a Tiny just tosses away JT, and they will push bottom tower with Arteezy. Top lane getting pushed in by Emo, and he has a full armlet now. It's flying out to this Night Stalker 12
Jeez.
minutes in. He almost feels unkillable, just like the Timbersaw. Both these
Yeah.
guys are just insanely tanky with that.
Their 3 cores are just incredibly strong right now. The drum finished up on the gyro as well. It's like everything's coming together for them at this timing right now, at this early peakers. JT is a bit forward, but he's taking this on.
That's one of the best parts about IG. Emo and JT just play so aggressively, right? It's not just one guy being crazy. You got multiple people on this team who are willing to just dive behind these tier 4s and whatnot.
Yeah. And they're all sandwiched already around the mid lane. Kaka actually puts an aggressive ward up top, nukes out the wave, and then makes his rotation mid.
If he gets stunned, there's a Laguna Blade there, level 4 Dragon Slave, but they both have a ward up there.
Yeah.
Or at least they
IG's
did.
aggressively just taking over the jungle, though. The way they're distributing their resources is really strong. Ichi's got to respond.
They do. This should be a kill on the Lina, but Crit. Oh no, he got stuck in a little pocket. There's going to be a Laguna coming out. Fly dies first. They will get Kaga now. They just want to run away, it looks like, from this Timbersaw. Ramsey's taking a ton of damage, has to throw out a stun, but oh my goodness, he's just taking so much damage. Down goes Ramsey's Abed. He's getting chased after. JT, not the most mana. Does have almost a full wand, though.
I mean, they're probably just like looking and they're like, we have this super aggressive, strong lineup, and EG's is just greedy. Like, Chrono was used, Chain Frost was just used. Where's everything? Like, Rolling Thunder was used as well. So after that, they can just go time. They're just a lot stronger than EG.
That's the thing.
For
I
quite
mean,
some time.
you first pick this Faceless Void, right? And when they instantly do this Night Stalker Lina, you're like, wow, this Void doesn't look as good as it did, even though we first picked it.
We talked about it in the last series, right? We were like, they put the Void in the safe lane, and it was a Night Stalker Lina versus him, and he got crushed. That was Envy, who just could do nothing in the game. And IG's just started to steamroll and take over map control. JT is just controlling and pretty much shoving lanes in to make EG respond with like 4 heroes, while his team just goes and takes some towers, makes aggressive moves. It's looking really strong for them right now.
And this Lina is just allowed to free farm bottom as the other 4 push this tier 2 in top. Having a good old time. They do want to try to take a fight. There is going to be a pull on the Night Stalker. Do they have enough damage? It looks like they might. He has the armlet, though. So damn tanky. And look at the Keeper of the Light ulti. 4-man pulls in, but on the backside it will be a 3-man Chrono. They get the Night Stalker first. Keeper of the Light should be next. Arteezy will get these kills. One more right click. There it is. And now they're rolling. Uh-oh. This Timbersaw, he's under the Midnight Pulse. He's just going to go down as well. What a fight from Evil Geniuses.
Perfect timing as well.
Yeah, I mean, Arteezy, I didn't know where, I guess he TP'd into the shrine. He just walks over in a 3-man Chrono.
Everything came up for them right at that point, too. They didn't have to use the black hole, but every one of their spells were coming up right while IG's, I mean, the nighttime was kind of like ending, too, right? I think the Dark Ascension had worn out.
They just couldn't do anything, and now Abed will try to push in middle. You kind of want to get a tower after that, but it's pretty tough. You don't have the best building hitters if your lanes aren't pushed.
Yeah, you just took the fight all the way inside your jungle, so.
Yep. We'll see the bounty runes come up. Seems like EG, it will be a 2 for 2. IG takes both.
Man.
And then Abed,
he tosses him in.
Kill. Yeah, he does. See you later. Fly is just dead. Emo wants to chase him. He does do a lot of damage, but Phase Boots Bracer on this Tiny, he does have a little tank now. He's got 16 armor.
Dude, that was sick. He definitely was just like, oh my god, the whole team's here. And Crit, he went for, since he got like a bunch of kills, especially in that last one, he's just got the naked Maelstrom. Literally just an Orb of Venom and a Maelstrom. I love it.
And now, he just picked up a full urn and a stick. So all of a sudden, what just happened? IG was up 5K, and it's now less than 1,000 gold lead.
They gave up a whole lot being that aggressive up forward as EG's, all their spells came up, And
now the scariest part, right, is, as you said, they didn't use that black hole, so you still have to be wary of that in the back.
Yeah, and Arteezy's just gotten so much time to farm out of this. We were talking about he had treads and a javelin. He's got the Maelstrom. He's got a Mithril Hammer as well already, too. Okay. So very good timing there for EG to be able to respond as IG.
Ooh, they're smoking. They do have Dark Ascension. Fly, honestly, he's probably okay with this. He's tanking the gank, tanks the Laguna. They bring him down. You still have to be careful if you're in this jungle. You have a Night Stalker with ultimate. And yeah, Ramses will back up. Maybe. He wants to get that Helm of the Dominator. He's chasing this Helm of the Dominator.
Oh my god, he's crazy.
Emo, yeah, we've seen him. He loves to dive in towers.
They're trying to take advantage of those timings like we were talking about, right? It's like EG, a little bit of a slow-paced one with the way that their cooldowns are, so IG just constantly trying to get aggressive into their jungle, but now they should give some respect as EG does have their full force available. And it is going to be the greedy build for Ramses. He did do the Dominator like you mentioned, then just straight BKB because there's no canceller.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this Gyros build? Drums, it looks like into first item BKB. So, I mean, do you just have to? No Ags, no Maelstrom? you're just kind of there to tank a little?
I like it personally. I saw Paparazzi did it as well, right? Yeah. I think he did the drums BKB butterfly build. I think it's just the style that they like to play around with their gyro. He's like, you rally around this hero.
Yeah. We'll see, they're trying to take that tier 2 top again. Looks like EG won't defend it, so JT should be able to get this for free. Has the Yules on the Timber going pipe next.
They're going to be very strong when they get that pipe. I thought he might do it as his first item, but I guess he wanted to have that Yule spill to play around.
Get rid of the time dilation, as
yeah.
we've seen, can just destroy your hero.
Pretty much the biggest one, yeah.
We do see some pings coming in top, but Crit will rotate on up and defend that tier 3 tower. And this Night Stalker, it's been night for a little bit. It doesn't feel like he's really gotten too much done in this nighttime. Maybe a little bit scared.
Yeah, not really able to look for pressing his advantage forward. Doesn't have that farming tool either. Even though he's still very farm, he doesn't have the Aghanim, so he just clicks Void and farms super fast.
He can just kill a wave,
yeah, he'll have it soon. He's still going to be going for that one. He's set up down bottom.
Gotta be careful. The rest of the Radiant, and they do have a ward by that shrine. It'll get dewarded right now, so they know.
Emo knew they were around too. He's got I think like a slight glimpse of vision of RTZ down there from the nighttime vision.
Let's get out. So now we slow down again. IG gets a little bit more of that gold lead.
I don't think EG's bad about this at all, though. When the game pace slows down, when you have a Void Tiny lineup that can scale, Void Tiny Enigma lineup, we saw what Void Tiny was able to do at TI. The tree throw into the chrono. Sure, it's been addressed a little bit since then. It's been nerfed a little bit, but
still scary.
Still very scary if you do get to those later stages.
And I mean,
yeah, slow down.
I mean, if you watch the Liquid versus EG games as well, pretty much this Enigma just carried him late game, like a position 4. I mean, this is a position 3 even, so. Got to be careful, but bottom lane, they're just marching through. They'll get that tier 1, and now they're going to go for a tier 2.
Kind of feels a little bit like a position 4 because of how they're distributing their farm on the Enigma, though, right? I mean, he is position 3, but they have 4 people farming.
Oh, Chrono's going to come in middle. They're doing the Pango as well. He is going to roll. He's going to try to jump in. He'll land on his head. And he just comes on down. Fly goes down. Here comes Emo. Nice Malefice used, though. Will it be enough to save Ramses? There's a Centaur as well. Arteezy's trying to run away, but they're chasing. There's going to be a Yules.
I bet he's the backline.
Yeah, he is. He just kills all of you. And now Emo is going to right-click him, does a lot of damage, but they might have to get out because they do not have the numbers.
Oh, bash.
There's a tree at him, and wow, a 3 for 0. A kind of weird 3 for 0 because you had a Lich down bottom, wasn't there. The Pango rolls into the black hole, but it feels like Fly maybe playing a little too aggressively. He's had a few of these last couple deaths.
Yeah, I mean, 3 deaths almost in a row. He's very close to his BKB too, so maybe he just didn't expect that one. He was on his high ground, to be fair, right next to his tower. So that one was like, they did dive pretty aggressively for him, at least in that one.
Yep. And as you see, we got the replay here. It's Fly, as you said.
He's
on top. He throws the ult. He's like, look at all this farm I'm going to get from these Eidolons, which he did.
He did.
And then he just gets in, and then you see Pango, whoa, coming up top, and then dunking him.
I like that. I really like how it lands on top of him in the chrono after.
And as you talked about here, they try to chase because he gets the Malefice. Emo can't really do anything, and Ollie, he's like, yo, I'm coming, and they have a Titan. Yeah, you saw him blinking right there and just gets an instant kill.
And they set up also for a kill bottom. Crit had also ported down bottom during that whole entire engagement, and they set up on the Lina. So yeah, so far AG making some nice outplays versus IG's quick lineup.
And is this Void plus Enigma? Do you give him the late game advantage, say if it does get to like, you know, that 40-50 minute? Or do you kind of like the Night Stalker plus Gyro?
I feel like I have to give EG the advantage, right? Like the way that their Tricore works versus no BKB canceling Black Hole. Right? Like I feel like I have to, but at the same time also I'm like, Night Stalker, Gyro, God, I mean these are pretty strong heroes, but I'd have to give EG a little bit of that advantage.
Night Stalker does have that Ags now. It is daytime though. They're smoked up. They still want to fight. You have that Dark Ascension.
Yeah, we still have to get to that late game, so IG can still definitely pick up the pace quite a lot here now that they have this BKB Gyro and that Ags NS.
Crit just runs away. It is still, with that chrono down, with a lot of the abilities used, IG can still play aggressive. They're not really finding kills, but they've retaken over the map, playing the dire jungle up here.
Yeah.
That's what they have to do. Cooldowns down, you gotta go. We'll see if anyone ever wants to. Neither team has the best Roche taking lineup, obviously, especially if everyone's alive.
Yeah, not the greatest.
Oh, here we go. There's the Dark Ascension. Abed just goes in. There's a roll through by Crit. He's just going to permastun. Can they bring him down in time? He's trying to roll back through. He gets stuck there, but Crit actually gets the kill. And oh no, this is, I mean, it's give or take with Emo. You're playing aggressive. You may get some good kills, but might just get caught out like he just did.
For sure. I feel like that's one where, like, when you die there, you queue up. Most players instantly queue up a BKB. He still has his backstreet queued up. But,
He chronos him again. Another solo chrono. They're just going to bring him right down. It's going to be a nice stun. He will pop his BKB. Is it going to be wasted? They're going to break down all the trees. They do have the Will-O-Wisp and pulled everyone in. BKB popped by Ramses. Throw them out. Viscaga gets the stun up on Abed, but he tosses back the Lina. Fly gets Lagooned. He says, what the hell? Just walks away, and another fight won by EG. They're just, I don't know, they're just winning
making it look easy.
engagements, every engagement.
Yeah, IG's kind of just, it looks like a little bit crumbling here. Emo's playing a far too aggressive, and FlyFly is just always getting caught first. He doesn't have his frontliners to soak those type of abilities. JT's just getting ignored. He's running in, throwing his spells, and they're just like, don't look at him. Go for everybody besides the Timber.
And they're just going to go and backdoor this tier 1 top. No backdoor protections on these. Get some team gold. And well, it's a 3K lead for EG all of a sudden. IG has not gotten a kill in a long time. I've seen that 8 up there for a decent amount.
Yeah.
Have I?
It's been quite a long time. Yeah, they've gotten some towers, a bunch of wards. Yeah, last one they got was at 18 minutes. It's been about 5 plus. 5 or so minutes.
And that hurts, right? You have this Night Stalker with the Ags. Now, you want to be getting kills. Like, he's a very aggressive hero.
Yeah, and every time that these type of things happen, like EG, they used Chrono, but look at their cooldowns. Like, Chrono's going to be back up in 60, and they still have all these other ones available. IG, not able to set the pace at what they would like to with the responses.
Have we seen a black hole?
Nope.
He just hasn't had to, right?
Yeah,
that's the thing. When you don't have to use it, it feels even better.
Yeah, he's just playing as like this. He's just walking next to his team.
Well, we'll see what IG wants to do. They run low. I believe this is their last smoke for a while because they've been using a lot of these to try to invade into EG's jungle, but we'll see if they can get something going.
Oh, bottom. RTZ. Looking for Emo.
Oh, man.
He's time dilated, slowed, and there is more follow-up coming.
One bash hit would pretty much secure it. He hasn't gotten it quite yet, but the Abed, he gets the bash. Abed comes in, stun toss combo. He gets brought down. They might chase after this Coddle. Arteezy's like, oh, but probably can't catch him.
Yeah, Arteezy's 6-1-4 after a incredibly rough laning start.
Yeah, he got bopped in lane.
Very impressive so far for him.
And I mean, you always see some of these Voids, right? They're scared to use Chronos. I think his last 3 Chronos were just solo on Gyro every single time. Just kill Gyro.
Yeah.
So if you are IG now, what do? Your Night Stalker just died. You just, you have to make a smoke play with him or something, right? You got to take control of this map.
I mean, I'm not too sure either how they try to take any of these type of engagements. They've gotten all the D wards down, I believe. They've taken out like all of EG's vision, but even then, they're not able to set up for anything just because of the way that EG's just been poised. They're all kind of like, they're playing like buddy system. Look, Crit and Ramses up top. We have Abed and Arteezy down bottom, and then Fly's like, whatever, who cares? Look, Fly can die. They probably don't really care too much about the Lich.
I mean,
but the other ones are, they're watching each other's backs.
They are, and it's a 3-for-1 rune exchange there. Evil Geniuses scoops them all up.
And man, Crit is just keeping up and farm so hard. Look, he's tied with Abed. Like, look how farmed this Pango is. 5-2-9, 14 of the 18 kills. He's having a spectacular time.
He is, and speaking of that, I mean, they're right next to the Gyro as well, and we've seen he had a better laning phase than Arteezy, but hey, doesn't matter. Arteezy comes back. And they're looking bottom. They thought about possibly going on Emo, but Arteezy will just farm up instead. I do like this. They're making a rotation. IG thinking about Roshan maybe? Yeah, Emo just starts pumping out the damage into him.
Okay.
Not the most damage, but they do enough.
That is a scary place to try to set up. So if the fight comes,
there's a blink by the way on Enigma now with the.
He has a blink now too.
Yeah.
Okay.
A real scary place to go.
Yeah.
We'll see though. They have taken it down to about 60%, and EG doesn't feel none the wiser right now.
They're sending the creep in. Now they know. Dominator creep just got killed right outside.
Fly's like, I'll take it though. 200 gold.
He needs that gold.
He does. Gets a javelin now.
Man, he's really poor.
He is. And he doesn't have that, right? When you do go this Drums BKB build and you don't take over the game, you don't really have a farming seller, and you don't have that Aghanims to help you jungle.
Yeah, he has no steroid at all either. It's not like he has a teammate that can throw something on him either. I don't believe anyone's building like a solar crest or anything like that. So they have a Lotus Orb, but like they don't have anything that just makes him a lot stronger in the fights. Yeah.
Okay, we've got 10 heroes middle right now. Everyone's sitting behind Arteezy on EG. Everyone behind JT on IG.
Ward is down.
They're going to blink up, and there's going to be the toss back. Kaka does get the Yules up, but I don't think you're going to try to help him. There's going to be the Chrono as well. They get two. It's going to be the Gyro as well as the Keeper of the Light brings down that Coddle immediately. On the backside, it is JT trying to put in some work, but Arteezy, he will make it back to his team. Kaka buys back. There's going to be the Black Hole on two of them. He got the Midnight Pulse down as well. I believe there's the Chain Frost flying through, and EG might just clean up this team fight. They're going to find JT as well, and that's a 6-0 team fight with the dieback of Lina.
Oh, whoa. That's
no,
GG.
Emo called it. Yeah, Emo called GG. It's just,
Wow.
whoa. That was,
Yeah,
Okay.
I think IG maybe got a little bit into, like, in their heads a little bit too in that game, and we're just like, we're playing bad. This is not going well. EG's outplaying the hell out of us. And
And they had to know, right, this late game, they probably didn't have the better late game. You lose a fight 6-0 like that, and it's like, honestly, I mean, when I'm sure you had some GGs like that when you played. It's like, we're not learning anything from this.
Yeah.
Why the hell are we here?
And like EG played the fight so damn well. You saw again, JT was charging forward, throwing all his spells, and they just completely ignored him and just focused the main targets that they wanted. Ramses was just trying to kite around so his blink would come back up, and then he jumps in and gets the perfect black hole. Overall, a great disciplined game from EG that they just identified. IG's diving a little bit too far, playing a little bit too over-aggressive.
Yeah,
Yep,
already.
And
A
then-
new player, but it's him.
Yep. And then bam, they get that like huge fight in their jungle, and it seems like they got so much control out of that one, so much presence,
So-
and the cooldowns were always up.
What do you think would be like? What happened? IG won the laning phase. I thought, like at least the first like 5 to 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden, what was it? Really just that one fight in the jungle?
It feels like it, right? Because they got their ward, they got these aggressive wards down, and then both wards got dewarded after that fight, and they like lost full map control, and
Couldn't do
it seems
anything.
like they lost like full understanding of what they wanted to do in the game.
That seems like that. So going forward, are you thinking about changing up the draft? Are you banning any heroes from EG, or are you okay with what happened? Just play a little safer.
I think you have to play a little safer. I think Crit played out of his mind in this game on the Pangolier,
Yeah.
so they just everything just worked together for EG for sure. So
Yeah.
I think you just look at this one a little bit and just be like, all right, we need to just play better ourselves. I don't think draft sure
It's a mistake.
EG did better, but their play they made mistakes.
Yep, it is what it is. And EG, that means we'll take a 1-game lead in this best of 3. Will they be able to 2-0 it, or will IG show they were the minor winners? Can they come back and get 2 games in a row? Let's see what the panel has to say.
Yeah, thank you so much, Grant and Fogged. EG 1 game up in the series, and the Night Stalker Lina opening fails. For I think, well, definitely the first time today, but the first time in a while. So, yeah, you're not going. It lost.
It lost, right?
The
I wouldn't
opening
say
didn't fail. IG
Oh,
failed with
okay,
the
IG
opening.
failed with
there
the
was some
opening.
extenuating circumstances at play here. As you had seen coming, IG are kind of known to do things a little bit recklessly at times.
Listen, they like to ride the line.
Yes.
Okay, it's like I don't want to, I don't want to fall off the tightrope, but I
Sure.
want to make it as narrow as possible.
Okay.
Maybe take 1 foot off and.
Oh,
you
look
know,
at me. I'm
don't
pushing
balance or
tier
anything.
2. My Lina's not even in the lane.
Yeah, they were pretty reckless. But I think you have to take your hat off to EG because like that one fight at the Dire Jungle near like the Hill Ward is where everything just fell apart. I do think there's some things IG could have changed with their itemization. Like the armlet sounded cool on paper.
Yeah.
Gave them a bit more push early on because they didn't have a great pusher. I guess Lina is like the best hero at hitting towers, and that's your 4 position. But man, you would have loved to have a BKB when the Pango hits you like 4 times in a row with
Yes.
Rolling Thunder in the mid game. If you get an Ags first, you would have farmed a BKB by then. And the Egg still helps you team fight. So I wasn't sold on the Armlet Rush. I'm not going to say it lost them the game, but it did make it like more of like a volatile game, which is the IG way. They like to really push it, play as aggressively as possible, and try to snowball, but you have to be perfect with your fight selection against that lineup or you're going to get punished.
And it answers the question that I've had for a while, is there an alternative to rushing an Ags on a Night Stalker? Is there ever a situation in which you don't want to rush Ags on Night Stalker? And in my mind, it was like, yeah, I mean, if you want to push early, then maybe something like an Armlet would be better because you'd be able to take structures, you'd be able to take fights maybe a little bit better. Does not seem to be the case.
But he had a coddle.
Yeah,
like
I
man.
know, exactly. You'd
You
be able
know-
to clear creep wave like instantly with double
Yeah, you might not
Void.
hit the tower as hard, but you just nuke the whole wave down right
Exactly.
away. So, yeah, I mean, of course, it's easy to, hate on anything that's not meta, but I do actually think like Night Stalker not having a BKB really cost them in some of those later fights.
Yeah, and then Pango ended up being a big factor.
Yeah.
I was seeing in the lane, dude got a javelin so early on. He
It was
sliced.
like 4 minutes. I
Yeah,
think.
it was ridiculous, and part of it, he got the first blood.
He got the first blood top
Yeah,
with the TP rotation.
That's right. And Abed was able to kill the courier mid, which I don't know how that happened, but he was just able to tree smack it, and so that
It's
also.
deceptively long range, but yeah, you should not be feeding your
No.
courier mid as a walking courier to a melee hero.
Exactly.
Like, you can't make excuses for that.
Yeah, so it
That
all.
is the IG, concoction.
Sure.
Like you have your big highs and your big lows, and
But
I
thus
just-
ends their win streak, though.
yes,
10-game
That's
win
true.
streak.
you
Done.
can't play that sloppy against EG.
No.
Yeah. You cannot.
Mistakes will be punished.
And we talked about the farm distribution for EG and how that was going to work in this game and for their team. And I think it proved Ramses is okay. Sometimes letting Crit have a little bit more.
Right.
But it also helps to have basically 4 cores that can make use of the whole map rather than sticking on 3 lanes. You can easily farm the jungle from a fairly early on level. But yeah, Crit getting farm, making it work for him real well. It was a solid game from EG in terms of we were expecting maybe a little bit more scrappiness as we saw in the group stages. Didn't see that here.
No, it was clean.
It was clean.
Yeah.
And that's good news for all the EG fans out there. Because I know, EG fans are normally like, oh no.
Especially after
what
watching,
is
if you
gonna
watch their
happen?
Liquid series, and like I definitely had not seen the whendideggthrowlast.com URL shared
Yes.
in quite a while.
Who owns that site nowadays?
I think it's
you know?
defunct actually. But whatever the case, it was defunct for good reason because EG had cleaned up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Just change one character. When did IG throw last? Yeah, I mean, in fairness, I do think we saw like the Enigma pick was very scary once he gets a BKB.
Yeah.
And a Blake, there's nothing to deal with the black hole whatsoever. So, IG and I like how they GG'd out quickly. Like they're like, yep. At this point in the game, there just is no coming back. We itemized the snowball. We drafted the snowball. We had our snowball going, and then they just took like a blowtorch to it and melted it, and let's just go game 2.
A little bit self-awareness there. I
Sure.
like it.
I
That's
will
good.
say, like, they at least seemed at the minor. I mean, of course, bigger stakes here with the major and playing like a very big name team in EG.
Yeah.
A lot on the line for them, but they seem like a team that's pretty good at shaking it off. Like, they didn't seem to get too down on any of their losses. They had a similar game versus Hellraisers, which we talked about, which was their last loss. They were a little farther ahead. They were like sieging the base. They had a terrible team fight, completely threw the game away. They won the next game. They played equally confident and cocky. So I wouldn't expect them to like get timid or scared or overwhelmed by the stage. But I do think they'll have to play more polished Dota if they want to take game 2.
Yeah, and they're still playing at the moment from the hotel rooms, right?
Correct.
Or rather, player
like
rooms.
like the behind the scenes.
Arena
from the
doesn't start
hotel,
yet.
not yet on the big stage. So, they probably have an
The
easy
crowd
time to.
pressure,
Hey,
man.
you're saying the Summit crowd, all 60 fans,
The
is not a big
intimate-
stage.
No, but I think for the players, it's a very relaxed way of playing
It
the
is.
game.
Yeah.
This setup is very chill. You can easily recreate that at home. That's the whole point of the summit. So you
Especially
see it like it is at home.
After the way the China TI panned out, and now this is the next China LAN, I'm pretty sure there's going to be immense pressure on the Chinese teams moving forward once we move to the arena.
And so far, the rest of the Chinese teams been doing real well.
Yeah.
We've got 4 Chinese teams left in the competition.
IG's the bonus, though. They won the
Sure.
minor. You're not like putting all your hopes and dreams for Chinese Dota on IG's shoulders.
But
Well-
they're the most recent good result, though.
Yeah, they're the ones that won
there
the
are no other
minor.
tournaments really going on, right? So
Sure.
yeah.
Also, the fun part actually, which I really like. So, for example, EG has not played anything since qualifiers for this major.
Yeah.
Like they're just not doing anything. And obviously, we saw IG. They played the minor. They had to drop out of Hamburg for visa issues. But they do play in the DPL, so you can learn a lot already about them before you even get to a tournament. They're doing quite okay there. But more about IG and EG after the break for game 2.